Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay. Can I get to the yams? I'm up early for them games, by my lonely, need no friends. Keep it going, never end, baby. Yeah, yeah. Perfect starting, stack again, do that all the time.
Who's in here? Comment the one viewer that's. Oh, we got two. Comment if you're in here. It's hilarious. Two people today. Alright, alright. Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand for being here. Comment in the chat. Who we got? Nobody yet. Hit up the chat, baby.
Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay.
Thanksgiving week, and we are here. Let's go, Sammy. What's up, baby? Uh, it's just, it's just the overall quality of the show, baby. That's why we're so choppy. It's a baby a lot. I don't expect there to be a big crowd tonight. You know, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody's got their own thing going on, and Cam understands. Okay, but you know, I figured I would at least scream into the abyss for a little while. And if some of you want to be along for the ride, I welcome you to it. At the end of the day, the sponsors give and give and give, and I've got to put in the work. I got to put in the hours. I've got to stay hungry, and I've got to devour. And I think that's really what Thanksgiving week is all about at the end of the day. So, yeah, it's Thanksgiving week. It is Egg Bowl week for those that care. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I'll say it. Okay, I'm that guy. You know, Thanksgiving's great, but you know, Christmas is what we're all here for at the end of the day. Sam's in here. I don't know if Ethan or anyone else is in here, but I think I'm going to keep it pretty brief. Let's go, McCurley. Glad to have you here, pal. Okay. We are cashing. McCurley. That's what I like to see. Look, I'm going to get straight into the rankings. I'm not going to waste you guys' time tonight. We're all busy. It's that time of year. Audio is a little choppy. I'm going to switch. All right, what about? Does it sound better now? I don't know. I can't hear myself, but I'm going to trust y'all to tell me if it sounds bad or not. I'm going to get into the rankings, and we all know what's coming. All right, we all know what tonight is all about, and that is the yams, the Thanksgiving food rankings. All right, so let's get straight into it. Make it a little bigger for you guys. I've got my plate, okay? This is what I'm prioritizing on my plate at Thanksgiving, okay? Some of you might disagree, and to those of you that disagree, I would love to hear what you say. Notice cranberry sauce is nowhere near these rankings. Not a cranberry sauce guy. I've got gravy there, and Sam, can you understand what I'm saying, or should I just pull the plug? Should I just pull the plug on it? Maybe just punt. Maybe just Big Ten football game. Just punt this one down the road. You all see the rankings. I've got dressing at 1. You know, I'm not a stuffing guy. I've never really had stuffing. I know Firehouse Subs has a stuffing sandwich right now, which looks grotesque. And see, McCurley, turkey to me, I don't think turkey is really something to get fired up about. I really don't. I think turkey has this one day in the sun. Definitely is choppy. Well, you know, that's how it goes. I wonder if I could fix it in real time. Let's see. Sam, you know how this stuff works. Oh, it wasn't on my mic. I bet it sounds better now. It wasn't on my mic. So, oh well. Sorry about that. Yeah. So it should be good now. Dressing. Turkey. We're talking about turkey. Turkey to me, green bean casserole is solid. Okay, there's something about the onion things on the green bean casserole that can sometimes just get too soggy for your boy. It has to be done almost to perfection for me to really get into the green beans. But yeah, turkey, I understand it. I understand turkey, but I'm throwing gravy all over that bad boy. Like, turkey's probably 6 for me, but it's gotta have gravy. It's gotta be accompanied by the dressing. And for me, I'm going back for ham. I'm going back for ham. I'm not going back for turkey. Maybe I'll make a turkey sandwich the next day. Um, and you start getting into the fried turkey scene. You start kind of venturing into a smoked turkey, which are good. I mean, they are good. I'm even interested to try the Popeyes Cajun turkey. Um, Sam, I switched to the mic, so it should be good now. It wasn't on my mic, so it should be okay now. I haven't gotten a great turkey yet. McCurley, I'm all in on a McCurley family Thanksgiving dinner turkey. If you got one for me, pal, I would definitely oblige that. Um, Sweet potato casserole. Now, my mother makes an outstanding sweet potato casserole recipe. Has been passed down to Kimmy. She knocks it out of the park as well. Probably my favorite item. Jack, call in. I need a friend. I need a friend. Um, Probably my favorite item, sweet potato casserole. I don't go for the sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows. I go with the praline pecan top to the sweet potato casserole. Um, get cranberry sauce up there. No way. Jack, I gotta hear why you like cranberry sauce. Grape pie? That's gotta be a St. Louis thing. I've never heard of grape pie. That's a joke. There's no way. I don't know what that is. Honey baked ham, just an all-star, really. Um, Even the honey baked ham with the little brown sugar crispness on it. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of falls off. You slap a few little granules on your ham. Oof. Boy, I tell you what. Am I getting a call? Yes. Can't hear it yet, but we'll see. Oh, there it goes. Jack. Jack, what's up?
You needed a friend. I have arrived.
Thank you, brother. I was drowning in my own loneliness there.
It is okay. I'm building a shelf right now. A real manly activity, you know.
You already have too much beard and chest hair, brother. You need to pump the brakes. Maybe hit the cold plunge or something. You need to lower that T.
That's probably a good idea. However, your list, a little geeked, I might add.
What is a grape pie?
You've never had a grape pie? Oh, I guess that may be a northern thing. I don't know.
That's got to be a St. Louis dish.
It's not a St. Louis thing.
Grape pie.
I don't know. My family from Ohio would make it. My grandmother. It was insane. You get Concord grapes.
Grape jelly? Yes.
Essentially.
Okay.
It's like the chocolate pudding pie, but instead of chocolate, it's grape.
Okay. I mean, I could get on board, but I've just never heard of such a thing. Yeah, it sounds like it. I would probably smash that.
I think you're missing out. Yeah, it's a good time. However, gravy being up there,
so you're a cranberry sauce guy. What all are you putting cranberry sauce on?
I mean, I guess, but
get out of here. Get out of town. You're a tart fan. You like tartness. But
I'm just eating that shit straight.
On the potatoes and the dressing and the turkey all at once.
Yeah, I'll take the real stuff or the canned stuff. Give it to me. I'm all here for it. I like everything. I like food. I respect people who like the gravy, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's just not for me. I'm not a big sauce guy. Like, I don't like. You know how people dump like ranch on everything?
What other day of the year? Yeah, that's me. What other day of the year are you putting gravy on half of your plate?
Never. I'm never doing that.
Exactly. Thanksgiving is the day that it's gravy's day.
What day is Cam Day? Let's talk about that first. That's just impossible.
Every day is Cam Day, baby.
I think, I mean, I don't know if dressing is number one. If you get a solid smoked turkey, that should be on there. Also, the honey baked ham should be way higher. With a nice crust.
Yeah, crust. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, hey, I'm for it. But, the dressing to me is, again, I'm having dressing any other day of the week. Any other day of the year am I having dressing,
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, fresh egg, we had that on that.
I thought about putting there. I really did. And I don't know. It just didn't happen. I thought about it. Probably would have gone in the gravy spot, But but I didn't know
it would
how
be
rolls
better
would be received.
than this list. The not top 5 list, because I feel like I've had way more bad Thanksgiving things than good Thanksgiving things.
Oh, come on. You can get a good green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole, out of there.
I feel like I've had a few good ones.
Never. Ever.
But you don't like sauciness. You don't like creaminess. You don't like goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So you're from the north. Do you guys do stuffing or dressing?
It was always stuffing at my Thanksgiving.
But you guys don't do like a pan of dressing. You do like a little thing of stuffing. No?
Yeah. We've done it both ways.
Is far superior than just like breadcrumbs. I feel like stuffing is just big soggy croutons. So dressing is more of like a cornbread base.
How do you find dressing?
So it has a little bit more structure than the stuffing. It scoops a little bit better. It's a little more meaty. So usually it has so my grandmother made it with chicken, sometimes turkey. My wife's grandmother makes it with like a little I think it's sausage maybe, like a hot sausage. It's pretty good. I just find it, I find it to be a real, I think it's a real dish as opposed to where stuffing just seems like it's kind of a.
Now we're cooking with peanut oil.
Stuffing just seems like a throwaway. Yeah, I mean dressing could be eaten all year.
What's that throwaway? It's just it's not. It doesn't stand out on its own like dressing does. I agree with you on that.
Right, Maza.
So this may be, I don't know if you've heard of this. So my dad's side of the family is Italian, right?
I'd be all in on like a Italian family.
We would do Italian Thanksgiving. That was like spaghetti and meatballs and cannolis and like lasagna and manicotti. Cam's special place. But answer me this, Cam. So on your list, I agree with most of it, of them being there, except for the gravy. But what else would really be there? Like, green bean casserole will never be on that list, ever. And, like, the turkey. Corn casserole is also on the not top 5. Oh, man. It's making me sick just thinking about it. Yeah, but like those aren't that special, in my opinion. Exactly. There's some good Macs. Oh yeah, get those off the list. Ugh. Very serious. And fried are the best. or in your case, 30.
So sometimes there's like a corn
Okay.
feature there, like a corn casserole. I love corn casserole. The little Ritz crackers. I'm all
It's
about it.
just not elite.
Uh,
Sub elite.
um, but grape pie, yeah, I'm gonna have to really try to understand the grape pie thing. And cranberry sauce, I'll never be convinced of. When it gets out of the
Yeah,
can
cranberry
and it's
sauce
all
should be on that
jiggly,
list for sure, brother.
maybe
I'm
I'll
not
like
talking
it. I'm
about
not a cranberry guy.
I'm not
You're from
talking
St.
about,
Louis.
I'm talking about
Do you guys eat
real
gooseberries?
cranberry sauce here.
I just Big Ticket was telling me he eats many a gooseberry pie when he's visiting family out in
Never
Colorado.
have I
So
eaten the gooseberry. I'm sure people
I don't
do.
think so.
I have not.
Get the geese away from the berries. Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'm assigned dessert this year. I'm gonna make a pecan chocolate chip pie.
Something that my mother always made, she was a big baker, was a chocolate chip pie, which is basically just a thicker cookie cake, and it went hard. So are you putting the chips in the corn syrup? How do we think this is going to turn out? How are we feeling? What's our thoughts here? A textural element. All right. I mean, I love some chocolate chips, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Not my favorite pie. Oh, no. See, you should have done a twofer, giving the people what they wanted. Yeah, well, it sounds like you need a real IT professional to help you out with the setup, huh? Man, if only you knew a guy like that, huh? I can help you out, yeah.
Yes, sir. In it, it's less in like it's not gonna get melted in. It's gonna be like in the filling.
Yep.
It's gonna be delicious. I've had it several times. Is it drivers? Is that a thing? I think the
That's
drivers are that
suboptimal.
of the 2000s, the mid 2000s. So yeah, so it's just not an optimal device. It can no longer run the Camo app. So I'm using the webcam. It's looking choppy as ever. So maybe we can get to the bottom of it. I don't know. Maybe not.
I think we can.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. Anything else? I'm sorry about your revs. They're out of it, it seems.
Dog. So I just, between me, you, and the fans,
You know,
I knew
I
they
had
were
a
going
strong
to lose.
suspicion they'd lose.
I've been here too many times.
Seem like a hater.
I knew
seem
they
like
were
a
going to lose.
downer.
And I didn't
Big
say
tickets and
anything.
smashed potatoes. Hello, big ticket. I didn't want to seem like that guy because I know it can come off like I am that guy. But I did think they were probably going to lose that game. I think the swamp is kind of back. I think playing against Florida in Florida now is kind of back to what it used to be, where you really got to play near perfect, and you know, Dart had a poopy diapy. He had a poopy diapy at the end of that game. I changed one moments ago, right before this started. So, yeah, I think Ole Miss should start Simmons in the Egg Bowl.
Look bad. And your experience could be poopy diaper time.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, he's rode with them all year. It'd be tough to bench him, but I feel like you could communicate it in a way like, hey, man, you know, save yourself for potential draft or whatever. We're gonna give
Yeah,
this
I
guy a
really
shot.
hope
I
they
think
do,
Simmons will probably
but
put up
Lane is
a billion
biased, and
points
he's
against
going to
Mississippi
stick with
State.
his little boy. So, unfortunately, it's probably
Yeah,
not
he's worse than Corral. You know, he's not as good as Corral, which Corral had a lot of like mental health stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Dart will get drafted. I do. 100%. Yeah, Dean thought he was all that and some.
and I think that's a big reason. Yeah, I think that's a big reason he never really made it. I don't think he would have made it either way, just his size and all that. But I think he would stand a better chance than Dart either way. So
With you there. So yeah, tough loss. We look
I don't-
terrible. The play calling. Get Charlie Weiss Jr. out of there. Dude is in La La Land, in my opinion.
I think it's an easy thing to blame. I think Lane probably calls a lot of those plays, and he just doesn't say he does. Uh,
Allegedly.
I mean, Lane is a talented, big-time coach because of his play calling ability. So I don't buy that he's letting Charlie Weiss make all those decisions, but maybe he is. But I think it's really easy for Lane to have that in his back pocket when things don't go well. But that's just me.
It's a possibility. I don't know. I mean, I moved on to next year, right? We got a lot of good recruits. We got Simmons. Kid looks like a stud.
Yeah.
Get Dart out of there. I was always a Dart hater, so.
The recruiting's still solid. To me, this was Ole Miss's window. I think everybody knows it. I think all the fans know it as well. You were so far ahead in the NIL stuff, and the transfer portal stuff, and now everyone's kind of caught on. Obviously, not everyone's going to be just fantastic at it either way, but I think Ole Miss,
not everybody has the money.
Lane embraced it early, and now it's being embraced by everyone. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious if everyone kind of catches up or what. Because I mean, you're seeing Georgia and Bama struggle this year. You would think that will follow suit with pretty much everybody else as players just continue to cycle in and out. So I don't know. It's a wasted opportunity for the Rebs for sure.
Well, this is the year to win too, because there's so much uncertainty with the rest of the conference.
Yeah, I mean this it was all laid out there. The Kentucky loss was the biggest derailer of a championship contender because I mean, let's be honest, their roster is better than probably maybe half of what the college football playoff field is going to be. So
yeah.
I mean, but it all comes down to your record at the end of the day. So.
It really does, and unfortunately, and we don't use a lot of the people that I think have a lot of potential. We lose Trey Harris, and then everything is like, oh, what do we do?
Yeah, which I mean, great start to that game for him. That was kind of a weird injury. Still leading the conference in receiving, not playing basically 4 games. So he is incredible. But
I don't think he played 5 games.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not going to play against State.
He's insane, and obviously, it sucks to lose him. But the Juice Wells kid is a total bust.
I don't think they utilized him well.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say like what all has gone wrong. Obviously, in that game in particular, the offensive line showed what it did against Kentucky, basically. And I mean, at that point, it was kind of like, okay, well, they're in the game now, and then it just kept kind of snowballing in Florida's favor towards the end of the game. So, home field advantage is real. I don't think Florida's better than Ole Miss, but I think Ole Miss just was not prepared to win that one. I don't know. It's one of those things you can't really nail down.
The level of its opponents too.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for that. But you got to start thinking, is that the head coach? Is that just the culture in general? Or is that just what the new college football world is? Because we've seen that with the number of teams this year.
Yeah. Do you think, last thing, you know who Ulysses Bentley is, right?
Yep.
All right. Dude was number 2 last year to Quinshon Judkins. Probably took about half the snaps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has seen like 10 plays this year. What did he do?
I think it's got to be an internal thing, right? I don't know because I don't follow Ole Miss close enough to know. But it's got to be some kind of internal thing with him and Lane and maybe some other coaching staff. Maybe it's academics. I don't know. I don't even know if they care about academics anymore, like as far as if you could play or not based on academics. But
I doubt it. I mean, like, short of killing somebody, I don't know what this kid did to warrant what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what about the guy with the Ulysses S. Grant, whatever his name is?
Who?
Isn't there some kid named Ulysses on the team?
Yeah, that's who we're talking about.
Oh, his name is Ulysses. Okay. Yeah,
Bentley. Yeah.
that's crazy. He was a beast last year.
Yeah, he was almost as good as Judkins.
Yeah, because I mean, there were times where Judkins wouldn't be able to get it into the end zone, and Ulysses, the kid, got in there.
Yep.
What a name, Ulysses Bentley, though. I didn't realize that was his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think, I mean, it's similar to State's run back in the day. Back in the, when was that? I guess that was 2014. You know, that was their window to do it, and that was a totally different college football landscape back then, you know. So
Yeah.
you got to win the games. That's the thing. And the SEC is not very forgiving if you don't come out and give your best performance. I mean, A&M found that out last week. Bama found it out. You know, yeah, it's just a dog-eat-dog world out there.
It is, and I mean, you know, we're all SEC biased to some extent, right? But I think we'll see how the college football playoff works out now with all these people losing and having 2 or 3 lost records, right? And maybe some absolute cornballs are going to get in, and it'll just kind of be I don't know.
Well, I think you know, I think the Big 12. I read that the Big 12 might be out completely, which I don't understand.
BYU lost.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works. I thought the Power 4 conferences got in, like the champion would get in regardless. So I don't really understand how that'll work. But I guess if the G5 champion is one of the top 4 seeds, that takes away the fact that all Power 4 champions get in. So, but Arizona State is still like hanging on. I think
I'm so glad Colorado lost.
I think
Makes
it's
me very
hilarious that the SEC teams are going to have to play each other in the first round and then play Oregon in the second round. Just the worst, absolutely worst scenario for all involved. And they won't be able to say, like, if you put Tennessee or Georgia against really any of these other teams, they're probably winning by a larger margin than they would like in the playoff games. So I just think it's funny that they're putting Tennessee and Georgia against each other, and then having the winner has to play Oregon the next week. I think it's pretty telling of what they're trying to do with the bracket.
Just eliminate the SEC team.
Yeah, I mean they want the SEC teams to have the hardest road, and then one of those teams. Yeah, one of those teams is going to have to play Texas or A&M in the SEC championship. So, I mean,
well, if it's A&M, it's a cakewalk. I don't think they're very good.
We'll see this weekend. I think they got a shot.
You think so?
If they win that game, they're in the SEC title game.
Against Georgia?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then there's going to be a big decision between Tennessee and Texas at that point. So.
Yeah, Bama's out. We're out.
Yeah, somehow Bama's still ahead of you guys. I mean, you guys beat Oklahoma, so I don't really understand.
That's Bama favoritism right there.
Yeah, it's Bama bias. Because what was Bama's other win? I'm trying to think back.
I can look at the record.
LSU, but I mean, I guess you guys lost to LSU.
Yeah.
Bama. Let's see. Bama has lost to Oklahoma, Vanderbilt.
Oof.
And who else? I really can't remember at this point. It's hard to keep track.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, that's right. They lost to Tennessee on the road. So, I mean, I don't know. I think, it's a Bama bias situation. I just don't think Ole Miss has a path unless something crazy happens. If South Carolina beats Clemson, apparently they might get in. So I think there's just too many barriers to entry at this point. But
Wait, South Carolina has 3 losses and they lost to us.
yeah, they beat A&M, who might be in the SEC championship. If they beat Clemson, that'll be a win against a fringe team. I mean, I kind of agree that South Carolina doesn't deserve to be in there. I don't think they will be. I think craziness would have to happen for that. But South Carolina is 15 and Clemson is 12, which, as we know,
I didn't even look after. I was so mad.
Yeah, so South Carolina's, they beat a ranked Missouri. They beat A&M when they were 10. They lost to Bama by 2. But they also lost to LSU. So I don't think South Carolina will get in, even with the win against Clemson. They might move up to 12, but they would still miss out. I believe Ole Miss was 14. Or maybe 15. I can't remember.
Gotcha. Him beating State didn't go and do anything, so.
Oh, no. Yeah, State's not really even a decent win at this point, and would definitely be a terrible loss.
I may be up there on Friday. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bama's 13, and South Carolina's 15. So.
Yeah, it's the Bama bias.
Yep. So, anyway, it was a good run at it. I think the Egg Bowl could either be one of those where State plays way up and Ole Miss just doesn't care anymore and it's close and Ole Miss still wins. Or it could be Ole Miss just absolutely decimates them. I don't think there's a world where State wins unless Ole Miss just truly, truly doesn't care.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
let's see how torched their mental is going to be after.
I think there's several high schools in the state that could probably line their offense up against State's defense and score.
Damn.
I think there is.
I haven't played that close of attention.
Yeah, I think. I mean, dude, it's bad. I mean, their defense is really bad. It's like which they lost 50 players last year to the portal and graduation and whatever else. So, they just don't have the horses to play against Ole Miss this year, I don't think. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. It's always an interesting deal, except for when it is.
Well, Cam, it's great chatting. Right, I hope you have a great Turkey Day.
You too, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Likewise.
Peace.
Talk to you on Monday.
There goes Jack. All things Thanksgiving food and college football playoff. Speaking of locks, John, and I know we don't have many people in here, but I am seeing the board so crisply. I am seeing this board better than I've seen the board this year in college football. Okay, John, I hope you're in here. I hope you cash with me this weekend because I'm telling you, this board is easy money. I think I have a Tarrant card on this board for college football. We've got Wisconsin, okay? We've got Wisconsin trying to get bowl eligible at home against Minnesota, 11 a.m. kickoff. -1.5 is way too easy on this. Way too easy on this. -1.5 for the Badgers at home. They're going to be jumping around. God, I don't know. I don't know what number this could get up to. I think a touchdown even. I would still bet on the Badgers to get bowl eligible right here. Give me the Badgers -1.5. I've got State at the +26.5. It started at 19.5, everyone hammered the Rebs at 3 touchdowns, and I think 3 touchdowns is probably fair. I think the 21 is probably right where it should have been, and I think so many people put money on State because I think like 80% of the money is on State just from people that know it's a rivalry game, and I think Vegas was like, well, let's just pump it up past that comfortable number and see if we can get some money on the Rebs at the or get more money on State at the 26 and a half, and just have everybody on State in case Ole Miss blows them out, because I think they set the line too low to start. Everyone hammered State early, and they're like, well, if they've got them at 19 and a half, we think that's probably not going to cash for them, so let's just put it up to 26 and a half, you know, and see if people keep hammering State, because maybe Ole Miss blows them out. Maybe they cover the 26, but I don't think they would have covered the 19 and a half. I think 21 is fair in that game. So at plus 21, or 19, 20 and a half or whatever, I probably would take Ole Miss, but 26 and a half, I'll ride with State. Iowa -4 against Nebraska at home. Senior day for the Hawkeyes. I like Iowa in that game. I just think Nebraska is just not all that good. So give me Iowa -4. Kansas to get bowl eligible against Baylor. Baylor 7-4 right now. Kansas is on a heck of a roll right now, beating Colorado last weekend. They beat BYU the weekend before, Iowa State the weekend before that, and lost by 2 to Kansas State. So really, if you look at that, they're one of the better teams in the Big 12. This is to get bowl eligible for them after a really slow start to the year. So give me Kansas to cover there against Baylor. Duke -4.5 at Wake Forest. This is a chance for Duke to have one of their all-time great seasons at 9-3 if they win that ball game. Give me the Manny Diaz Duke Blue Devils, and it's it's basketball season, but I think Duke finishes strong there. I like South Carolina to beat Clemson. I think they can kind of sense they got a shot at the playoff. I know they're probably not going to get there, but I like South Carolina to get Clemson this weekend +3. I think it'll be really close. Maybe Clemson squeaks it out, but I like the +3 for the Cox. UNC at home. This is when Mac Brown gets fired. He's got one game left, probably in his coaching career. I think the Tar Heels lay it all out on the line for Coach Mack. -3.5 against the NC State team that has not performed well, especially not on the road. This is Mac Brown's send-off at North Carolina. Give me the Tar Heels at -3.5. Mizzou -3 against Arkansas. This would put them at 9-3 on the year. Trinkowitz is a madman. I think he's going to get the boys fired up for that one. I like Mizzou -3. Played well last week against Mississippi State. Obviously, not the hardest team to beat, but I would probably sprinkle the over on that game as well. Sparty, Michigan State, taking on Rutgers, 6-5 Rutgers at home. I like Sparty to get bowl eligible right here at home. Another one, 2:30 p.m. kickoff. The place is going to be crazy to get bowl eligible for Michigan State. I think, people say the bowls don't matter anymore, and they don't, right? The bowls don't matter anymore. I'm not going to say they do. But I think that Michigan State, I think teams still want to get there. It's still a benchmark, right? It's still a benchmark. Give me Sparty -2. Iowa State with something to prove. A 10-win season if they win this game against Kansas State. They've had a little bit of a rough patch. They've won their last 2. They beat Utah last week. Beat Cincinnati pretty handedly. but they lost to Texas Tech and Kansas. I think they get in there and at their home stadium and they get their 10th win. Double-digit wins at Iowa State is pretty crazy. And then underdog of the week for all 0 listeners in here right now. Lawn Dogs, underdog of the week. Get your grass in order. Get your yard and Lawn Dogs of Brandon. 601-573-0117. Someone this week was talking about getting their yard taken care of. And you know what they thought of? Lawn Dogs. That's all they could think of was a boy McCurley and the dogs that lawn. So give me A&M plus 5.5 against Texas. I just want to see blood at this point. I want to see something crazy. And this is our best opportunity for it. I think it would be absolutely insane for A&M to pull that off at Kyle Field. You know it's going to be a crazy, crazy environment. That game against Auburn last week didn't matter in the grand scheme. They still have a shot at the SEC championship. I think all ships pointed towards Texas. The rivalry restored. Give me A&M at home. Onward to the NFL. Again, there are 0 people in here currently. So I'll just I'll blow through these real quick. I don't think Alex said he couldn't get on. So Thanksgiving Day, we've got the Lions. We've got Lions minus 9.5 against the Bears. The spread is 7-1, and spreads over like 7.5 on Thanksgiving Day. In the last 8, so I think the Lions are going to destroy the Bears. The Bears suck. Giants and Dallas over the 37.5 because something's got to happen for us to want to watch that game. 2 absolute stinkers. Danny Dimes just signed with the Vikings, if you care about that. And so, DeVito and the boys, I just want to see points. 37 is pretty low there. I think it'll be I don't know. I think they got to score for it to be entertaining. The NFL will rig it some way for them to score. Packers, Miami going on the road, cold in Green Bay this weekend. Give me the Packers minus 3.5. They're just a better team in general, but at home, in the weather, the frosty tundra that is Lambeau Field, give me the Packers. Seahawks minus 2 against the Jets. I don't understand why the Jets are still getting like favorable lines, or even like favored. No, they're not favored, but +2 against a team that is coming off a win against a good Cardinals team that's 6-5, playing for their, trying to win their conference or win their division. I don't understand the two there. Good game, the afternoon game on Sunday, Ravens and the Eagles. Ravens minus 3. Ravens coming off the win against in the Hardball Bowl. I like the Ravens minus 3. Philly. It seems like they're about, they've been playing well, Saquon and everything. I think we're gonna go down a stretch with Philly here, kind of like we saw last year, where they just start really underperforming. Niners in Buffalo over the 44.5. I like that one to go over. I think it'll be, I think they're going to try to get McCaffrey and Debo back involved in the offense, and Josh Allen will just be slinging it as he does. And then Denver minus 5.5 at home against Cleveland. I love Jameis, but give me the Broncos there. They've been covering a lot of spreads this year, a lot of spreads. So, anyway, that was the Thanksgiving edition of Cashin with Cam. Appreciate those that were in here for a little while. I know everyone's busy. Let me be the first to welcome you. Let me be the first to say to you, Happy Thanksgiving, and to all, a second plate. That's cash. If you didn't watch live, make sure you put those college picks in. I'm telling you, those college picks. I'm seeing the board real well. Okay. Seeing the board real well. Let's cash.